All right, so with the Super Bowl coming up and some really great players who have had some really good seasons this year, I think it's a great time to talk about who are the greatest Super Bowl performances in NFL history. First off, we got a few honorable mentions. Tom Brady has a lot of these awards, and he's on this list multiple times. Ray Lewis had 4 blocked passes in the 2000 Super Bowl, and no one talks about that. But the one that I really considered was Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald just didn't win Super Bowl MVP, so I just didn't think he could be as high as some of these other ones, which are just, at the end of the day, a little bit more iconic. 10, I'm going to go with Tom Brady in 2014. This is a guy who threw 328 passing yards and had 4 touchdowns, including the game-winning touchdown with just over a minute to go against the Legion of Boom Seahawks, nonetheless. Just tore apart that defense in the fourth quarter especially. Number 9 is going to be Nick Foles. Tom Brady had 2 interceptions and 4 touchdowns in 2014. Nick Foles had 4 and 1. He also had more yards with 373, which gives him the advantage. Nick Foles, nobody expected him to perform this well, let alone against a Patriots defense coached by Bill Belichick. But he also has one of the most iconic plays in NFL history in the Philly special. 8, I'm going to go with Von Miller. Miller had 2.5 sacks plus 2 forced fumbles in this game, both of them coming at extremely critical moments. Miller was just absolute destructive force and really just could not be stopped this entire game. 7, I'm going to go with Marcus Allen. I had 191 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game, the most iconic being, of course, a 74-yard touchdown in the third quarter. One of the best running back performances in Super Bowl history. 6, we're going to go with Joe Montana. He had 297 yards and 5 touchdown passes in this game, helping the Niners to score the most ever points by a team in a Super Bowl, that being, of course, 55 against the Denver Broncos in 1989. 5 is going to be yet another 49ers quarterback, Steve Young, who helped the Niners score 49 points against the Chargers in 1994. Steve Young had 325 passing yards in this game. 4 is where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to go with Terrell Davis. The fact that he had 157 yards and 3 touchdowns in this game, despite having migraines and pretty much not being able to see, is just undoubtedly impressive. 3 is probably the most significant as far as the social history of the NFL. Doug Williams in 1987 became the first black quarterback to ever win Super Bowl MVP, had 340 yards and 3 touchdowns, went from a backup to a Super Bowl MVP. Just an impressive story all around. 2 and 1 can go either way. At 2, I went with Tom Brady's 466 passing yards against the Falcons in Super Bowl 51, one of the greatest comebacks ever. But at number 1, I have to go with Jerry Rice, 11 receptions, 215 yards. I don't know if that's ever going to be done again.